Good evening, everybody. This is Encounters, the late night spiritual UFO talk show, the number one spiritual UFO talk show on social media. That's right. I'm the CmdrAleon, with you on the only actual talk show. Encounters. If you're just coming in, you're watching Encounters. Al, thank you for the heart me. We appreciate the gifts. Speaking of which, I need to set up my goals on the show tonight, and we're going to do that. We are going to do and pin our goals for this evening. Good to have everybody here. Daniel Starr, good to see you. Robin Farah, hello to you. Bree, Melinda, welcome Melinda. Welcome Oscar, older people coming in here, new people, regular folks. Hey Bree. Everybody out there all around the world, welcome to the number one spiritual UFO show. Welcome, good evening. And we are caught up. I got all the shows that we've been recording. Everything is now up to date. Last night's show is on my YouTube channel, as Recommend Spaceship News. All the shows are now up to date. And we're starting from scratch here live tonight. This show will be on my YouTube channel by tomorrow. So if you missed part of the show, for people that are not watching at night, you'll be able to see it. Vanessa, good to see you. Namaste. And we're going to have a great show tonight. Hey, peace, love, and light, Marinee. Marinee is one of our moderators. Good to have everybody coming in here. And what's really great is it's always spontaneous with me. I never know who I'm going to interview here. I'm just random. I can pick somebody out just by comments of their experience, and I'll just say, okay, we're going to bring that person up. But I always bring up some really good people. Once in a while, the trolls get in here, but I'm pretty good about it. Hey, young Skywalker, good to see you. Robin Farah says me. Jerry Brazel, welcome to the show. Dust429, Vicky. Hey, good to see everybody coming in here. Regina Warren, welcome, Regina. C, welcome, C. Charles Boykin, hey, Charles. Daniel Starr, I can't wait to see when all the Astro ships come out. Hoping my time to be able to see them. You'll see them when big contact happens. Hey, Rob, a.k.a. greetings to you as well. Greetings to everybody. Mike Bander, welcome Bander. North Bradley or N Bradley. Mary Ellen, hey Mary Ellen, welcome to the show. Aunt Barbara, hey Aunt Barbara. MTF, welcome. LS, welcome. Jody K, good to see you. Jen, thank you. Thank you, Jen, for the heart me. We appreciate the gifts. Jen, let's see, and Bradley. Hello, and Bradley, I see you. I see everybody coming in here. And we haven't started yet, so nobody's missing anything. Deborah West, welcome. Nobody's missed anything yet. We're just getting amped up, started here for tonight's show. And we'll be on till about 12:31 at the latest. Almost a 2-hour show. Lisa B, welcome to the show. We try to keep it to 2 hours minimum, or maximum, I should say. Rosa, welcome. Anna, welcome to Encounters. Just for new people, I am a contactee from the 60s. I'm also host of WESU's, hey Tommy, WESU's Cosmic Eye Radio, Sunday mornings, 11:30 to 1 on NPR Pacific Radio. Rachel, good to see you. Peace, love, and light to you. Kilo Whiskey, welcome. Pancakes and Waffle, that's a good name. Connie Trotter, welcome Connie. Odin, welcome Odin. Joy Monroe, welcome to the show. Callie, Rod, hey Rod, good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Jeff Alexander. And we're just saying hello to everybody as we're getting started tonight on the beginning of the show. Almost 11 o'clock, came on a little bit before 11. Jared, good to see you. Johnny, welcome to the show. Adele, welcome to the show. Brandy, greetings. Divine to you. Divine love back to you, Brandy. Cheryl, welcome to the show. Abe, LOCS, welcome. Steph, welcome. Organic Guy. TT, I think it is. Jennifer Lazar. Jennifer, welcome. Skeptic Believer. That's an interesting name. Yeah, and let's get to 100,000. I want everyone to follow me. If you're coming and you haven't followed me yet, please start following me. We want to build up the followership and the likes. We want to get the likes up. If you haven't liked me in general, I mean, if you haven't been, press the like button to follow me. Press the follow button and press the like button. That's really important. Press both. Javi Radzi says, one night I saw a lime green orb and just behind a white orb, no sound. Interesting. Interesting, Javi. Alset, welcome to the show. Good to see you. Teddy, thank you for the roses. I appreciate it, Teddy. Failed Cap, hey, Failed Cap. Good to see you. Six Different. Welcome to the show, Six Different W. Goofy Crusader, that's an interesting name. Randy Smith, welcome. And we're just, everyone get a seat in the house here. We have a big studio. We have plenty of room. And there's plenty of seating all over the planet. All over the planet Earth, there's plenty of seating to the show. I'm just inviting a few people. We'll see who shows up. I got to do the invites here. So I just invited above. Hey, Lavola, Carol, Susie, Q, good to see you. Thank you for the gift. Thank you very much. And I got to say tar. Hello, thank you for that. You made me say that word. See, whenever I get a hat with a mustache, I have to say the word tahar. IBDJ, thank you for the roses. I appreciate you. Good evening, everybody. I was singing a song coming home this evening. I created this space song, and I was singing the song, and it was pretty cool. Sometimes on the show, I will sing songs that I create in my consciousness, space songs about traveling in outer space. Nicholas, welcome to the show. Joe, welcome to the show. Joe, Deborah, welcome, Deborah. Hey, Jordan, good to see you, brother. So maybe at the end of the night, I will sing one song for you. I tend to sing these songs that come to my consciousness, and they have meaning. And this song was about traveling in space, so at the end of the show, I will sing a song. Shell Bell, hi, Commander, and everyone. Good to see you, Shell Bell. Good to see everybody popping in. Gen X, Bad Wolf Occult. Marlene, love and light to you as well. Tammy, hello, Tammy. Shay83, good evening. Anna, good evening. Christopher Bro, good evening, Christopher Bro. Sky Ewitch, good evening to you. Or Sky Witch. Tahar to you, Javin here. I could have been an actor probably. Pookie Bear, welcome to the show. Lisa, hello. Tab, welcome to the show, Tab. She was on the other night. I wasn't able to, I know she was on the other night. I'm sure she'll be on. I'm sure she'll be on, She's not on every night, but she definitely will be on when she wants to. But we'll hear from her. I believe April will be joining me Saturday night on Astro Command Q&A, Saturday. Well, I'm sure she'll be on before the end of the week just to do her own live, which I hope she does, Hey, you, good to see you. And so for people coming in, the things I talk about, you wouldn't hear about on regular ABC, CBS, or NBC. They wouldn't talk about these things. They wouldn't talk about the fact that there's life elsewhere in the universe that's coming here to Earth. They wouldn't talk about the inner Earth or the Agartha network, or they wouldn't talk about the Bigfoot and the fairies and the angels, or the mer people that live in the oceans, or the space cities that are in our oceans and our planet. I was watching a little bit of a documentary. We have all these different cable channels, and thank God we have all these different things. So sometimes there's some good documentaries. And the fact of the matter is, there's things going on that have been here for billions of years. We're just starting to understand that our planet is not our planet. Our planet is a planet with many different beings on it, not just human beings on the surface, but many, many beings on it, right? So there's many, many people. Some have higher vibrational patterns of frequency than others. On our surface world, there are people that are getting into a high vibrational frequency, and there are others that are just learning how to do that. In the advanced aspects of spirituality within the space levels, there are space people living on our planet and our oceans that are way more advanced than we are. They live right on our planet. Whoever thought, growing up as a kid, that there was space people living on Earth? How many people ever thought of the fact that, we always grew up with the textbook teachings about what we were to be, what our planet was like, how it got developed, all in these textbooks through the decades and decades and decades of teaching, right? And we believed it. We believed what we were taught because that's the only thing we knew. We didn't have social media. We didn't have TikTok. We didn't have Facebook. We didn't have Instagram. We didn't have YouTube. We had 4 channels when I was a kid, and they were black and white, and then they had the color TV thing happen. And then down the road, we had the internet. And all these websites popped up, right? I remember. And that's all we had. And then we had the textbooks, whatever we put on the in our classroom, we had to read those books, and that was it. Then 4 channels. 4 national channels in the United States, or 5 maybe. Because we were being brainwashed to believe that this is it. This is, we are human beings on the surface of the planet. There's nothing else out there. We're the ones that are here, and forget about it. Oh, the fax machine, yeah, IBDJ, yeah. But the good news is we've come a long way since the 1960s. In 2024, we got the TikTok, we got the alternative media. We don't have to listen to mainstream garbage that tells us nothing. That's why Encounters is here, because I can tell you something, and I can bust the matrix, and I always do. Oh, that's interesting, Jordan. Thank you for the Mercat. I've never seen that before. Thank you. So if you watch this show and you're new to the show, expect me to bust the matrix. Expect me to tell you the cosmic truth without going to any websites for information. I don't do that. William, good evening. And we never know each night where we're going to go with the show. We don't know who's going to be on here, who we're going to interview, who we're going to question. But we always know that there's going to be something good happening. And sometimes cosmically strange things happen on the show too. And we've seen that happen before. Thank you, Sarah says. As I was scrolling earlier on TikTok, all the news media has a live thing going on with these people zoomed into who's going to be the president of the United States, of the planet Earth. Who cares? Who really cares? Doesn't matter. Because the whole system on Earth is based on corruption. All the religions, all the politicians, all these people want to control things the way they are. And that's coming to an end. What are they going to do? What are they going to do when contact happens? All these politicians and religious leaders, are they going to freak out? Are they going to jump in the shower? Are they going to go running in the ocean? What are they going to do? Are they going to go crazy running on a beach? That would be kind of funny. Joan Bell, thank you for the gift. They could all end up running on a beach. I can just see it now. All these leaders running out of the parliaments and governments in China, and also the spaceships are in the sky. And they're all running out, looking up, freaking out and saying, oh no, what are we going to do now? We have no more power. The space people are here. We have no more power. The space people are coming here to liberate the planet. We have no more power over the human race. What are we going to do? Right, what are they going to do? And all these people get sucked into, they think their politicians are God on Earth. Oh, I gotta do that. They're getting in a frenzy, you know. I was watching some of the TikTok lives of the DNC thing. They're all in a frenzy. They're all like hypnotized in a frenzy. And it's like they're a bunch of zombies walking around in a frenzy. But the commander knows that we have to bust that matrix too. Because we're not here to get tapped into any of those systems. We're here to liberate the planet. Liberation time, cosmic time, liberation time on the planet, Earth. Karen Morgan, welcome to the show. Yes, we are amped up here. You know? I'm more excited about contact than I am about any politician on the planet. I'm more interested in the initial things that I'm going to have to do that I've been given responsibility to do before contact happens with 4 other people that I know. I'm more interested in my speech being about people coming together on Earth, living in peace and harmony, and elevating their consciousness in a world where we can live amongst others from other planetary systems. I'm more excited about that than I am about watching ABC News or CNN, these people in a frenzy over these politicians. It doesn't matter who they are, what country they're in. It makes no difference. It doesn't make any difference. Once we are liberated, folks, around the world, wherever country you live in, once you're liberated from your religions in whatever country you live in, once you're liberated from your politics, once you're liberated from that chain of control, and you now have cosmic freedom to understand the universe, you don't need those people. They need you more than you need them. Isn't it true? They need you more than you need them. You know? And the fact of the matter is, I've had people come into here saying, I'm voting for this person, I'm voting for that person. I'm saying, what are you doing? What are you really doing? But getting sucked into a trap. Because you think someone's going to fix your problems. And the problem is, the earth-based structures of 3D world are limited consciousness. Limited consciousness doesn't solve anybody's problems. Cosmic consciousness, liberation of the mind, will solve a lot of things. Oh, Michelle, I'm sure a lot of people the last 70 years, a lot of people have been abducted. Absolutely, I don't know the numbers, but I'm sure a lot of people have been abducted. I mean, I've interviewed abductees since last year on my show, even this year. A lot of people. So we're in a time period, as we're getting towards the end of 2024, going to 2025, next year is going to be even crazier than this year, in a good way. When I say crazier, I mean in a really good way. If she's there, I know she's, I can't wait to see her put color into her sketches of what she's been talking about last night. And anyone who missed Ashley Bashley on my show, I have it recorded, and it's on my YouTube channel, Astro Command Spaceship News. And the reason why time is going so fast is because we are running out of time. Remember this. Let me say it again. The reason why time seems to be going so fast is because we are running out of time. When we run out of time, there'll be no time. So that's why time's going so fast, because it's going to go so fast to the point where it will not exist anymore. That's why we all see time going quickly. In Pursuit, good to see you. Good evening. So a lot of beautiful things are coming to Earth and beyond, but a lot of beautiful things are coming our way. And we're about to experience some very direct transformative things on this planet. and I know most of you are ready. So I'm going to explain what I mean by time going fast. So as people know, many of you are feeling it. When you get up in the morning, you start your morning, you have your breakfast, whatever, but time goes so quickly in one day. You know, and then tonight will go quickly, then tomorrow will happen again, but time is speeding up. So what we're doing is speeding through time to the point where time will not exist. So for example, when our space people from off planet visit our planet, come to Earth, they're operating in a non-time level. They don't have time in space. There's no time. When they come to Earth, where time was created, we are going through time. But that time was an imaginary time. That was basically an artificial time that was created a long time ago. No pun intended. Time was created a long time ago, which actually put us in a box, so to speak. Now we're breaking out of that box. We're breaking out of the box, liberating our consciousness so we don't have to operate in time, but we'll be operating in space. Do you understand the difference between time and space, space and time, the whole thing? This is Mary. Good to see you. I am definitely amped up here tonight, folks. I don't have apple cider, but I have a New England favorite, Dell's Lemonade. Scooby, you'll definitely get it soon. It's okay if you don't understand it. Marilyn says you lost me. That's okay. When we run out of time, there is no time. Understand, the Ashtar Command, the people that come from other planets, don't operate like we do. They don't live in like wearing a watch, looking at the wall or the clock. They don't live in time. They live outside of time. We live in an artificial thing called time that was created to keep us limited in our consciousness, and also created a situation where we only have enough time to live. So, I think I only have 80 years to live. We created all this time that limited us into our abilities to know who we were. So time is really an artificial thing created to keep us in a limitation. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying it as clear as I can. If it's any clearer, I can do it, but that's as clear as it gets. Hey, Rachel, good to see you. Hey, hello, good to see you. Wendy M., good to see you. We used to live longer, that's right. Ben Carson, Ben, we're going to bring you up. I know you wanted to come up. We're going to bring Ben show. And I knew that was going to happen. The lighting went down, and I have to move the camera. Let's do that. Ben, good evening. Are you there?
Can you hear me?
Yes, good evening, Ben. How are you?
Okay, great. Thank you very much. How's it going?
Going good, and glad to have you on the show. I just had to move the lighting a little bit more here. So what's happening? You want to share some information with us? Or questions or anything?
Yes, I have a Bigfoot story and a UFO story.
Yeah, by all means, go ahead.
Okay, so the Bigfoot story happened in 2006. I was in the coastal range of the Northwest, between Oregon and Washington, near Astoria. Really beautiful area next to the Columbia. And I used to bike down to work in the rain. I used to work at a store. Used to cross the bridge and then ride back. And it was all varying schedules. And so there was one night, it was August 8, 2006, and I happened to just walk my bike up the hill to my apartment. And there's little patches of forest all around the city. And I happened to hear this kind of grunting sound, but it was kind of a high pitch. So I just kind of turned to look, and it didn't scare me, but I just happened to see this kind of silhouette on the side of the hillside, and it was only probably about 15 feet. And it was tall. It was definitely Bigfoot. It was at least about 9 feet tall.
Mm.
and it was a full grown type of Bigfoot,
Mm-hmm.
and it didn't scare me or anything. It was kind of telepathically talking to me.
Really? What did it say when it was doing that?
It just happened to mention about the future in terms of the Great Shift, and they mentioned that the natives talked about the Great Shift that we're currently in, about the political landscape and the
Hmm.
economies in the world.
So you actually got to have, this is very interesting. You got to have a conversation with a Bigfoot. I've always said that the Bigfoot are not just like, these hairy things. They're very highly intelligent.
Yeah, he's very smart. Um, and it was a short conversation. It didn't last long. It's probably a couple minutes. Um, and then after that, went on its way back into a portal. And
Oh,
I'm a
wow.
little bit Native American. And at the time,
Mm-hmm.
we didn't have cell phones because they were just starting to make cell phones, so, you couldn't take pictures or anything. And so the next day, I just happened to go back in the same area, riding back down to work, and I just happened to stop. Someone told me to stop, and then I saw a small piece of the fur on the cedar bark tree.
Up from the Bigfoot.
Yeah, and I just happened to grab it and thought, hey, maybe I should send this to a lab in Portland. So I sent it to a biological lab in Portland. They
Mm-hmm.
do a bunch of DNA testing for CSI scenes, and
Oh, wow.
uh, they said that the fur was unidentifiable.
Really?
Yeah, and they even did well, for the time it was just a basic, genetic testing,
Wow.
and so then, and that's been all documented, and it's
Mm-hmm.
documented through, like the lab and the state, has a document. In fact, there was state investigators that came up to me, my apartment, and asked questions, and the size of it.
Hmm.
Um, and
Now,
then I have.
go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
Continue.
Oh,
No, I was going to say, I'm very interested in your story. So continue, and then I'll ask my question.
oh no. Yeah, I was just about done. And so then the next day after that, I was like, well, maybe there's tracks. I was like, oh, there's probably not. I checked for some tracks, and I found this one track, and I saw its imprint on the forest floor, and it kind of scuffled in the mud. So like I actually called the investigator back and told him about the imprint, and he took pictures of it, you know, and he said, yeah, that's definitely not like a human foot.
Oh, wow. So you got validation on two ends. The hair that was unknown origin from the scientific study, and also the footprints.
Yeah.
Now, this is interesting. So, have you tried to telepathically connect with that Bigfoot that went into a portal into another dimension?
Yeah, in fact, there's a whole species of like them, that what they call in the native world the Bigfoot clan. There's a lot of
Mm-hmm.
tribes that that say that, and yeah, we like talk sometimes. He comes back and forth and chats. Because after
Okay,
that job, well, go ahead.
so he's interesting. I'm catching everything you're saying. So, after that first time, he came back and spoke to you?
Yeah, because after that job, I went into forestry, and I did logging and timber. Then I did some firefighting.
Hmm. So when he came back and spoke with you, what did he give you any more information? Did you have any more in-depth conversations about different things about our planet?
Yeah, he just said there's going to be more earthquakes, and we've seen that. He mentioned the big earthquake that hit New Zealand in, I think it was 2010.
Yeah.
Church of Christ, yeah, that one. He actually mentioned the economy collapsing into 2008.
Yeah. Wow. Let's see here. So let me see. That's pretty amazing. I'm just trying to think. To have somebody who's actually talking and communicating with a Bigfoot, I think is phenomenal. I know my friend April in Vermont, the Bigfoots are working with the Ashtar Command. They are with the Ashtar Command up in Vermont, where she's in a remote area, and they're doing a lot. They're very intelligent. They're doing a lot of work to help with the whole transformational thing that's going on now. So, it's great that you can come on and talk about your not being afraid and having conversation multiple times with the Bigfoot. Did the Bigfoot say where they went, like when they went out of this portal into a portal? Where did they go? Did they go to some other planet? Where did they go?
So the only information that I got back then was that they call it the fourth dimension.
Okay, so they're
And
saying
so,
they go to the fourth dimension.
yeah,
Hmm.
and so that dimension, could lead into other planets and, galaxies.
Interesting, interesting. Well, you just
Um,
go ahead. No, go ahead.
oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, yeah, and I spent a lot of time up in Oregon. I was up there at least 15 years, and just knew that, there's a whole population there of like them, because it's very remote, most of the area still, and you know, there's only two major cities, Portland and Seattle, but like everything else is, all forests,
Right. Oh,
toward the
yes.
coastline. Yeah, you
It's
know,
all wooded up there too.
um,
It's very wooded.
yeah, and they can hide real easy, in between the trees and the rocks. Um, and there's been a lot of other sightings from different loggers, as well. But I think with me though, because he knew I was spiritual and telepathically connected,
Yeah.
um, and just he needed to send that message,
Yeah.
and I think that we're actually going to see them like in a city soon, because I think
So
they'll start to. Sorry.
now you say, yeah, it's interesting you say that. You think we're going to start to see him in the city soon. Did the Bigfoot give you his name? And did he tell you that they're going to start coming into cities?
So like his name is George,
George, okay.
and they like have their own language and talk, but just for us to understand. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and like he just kind of gave me that vibe, like in 2025, 2026, we'll see a lot of different uh species that we've kind of talked about, like mysterious creatures like the Bigfoot
Yeah.
or the fairies. Yeah,
Now,
start to kind of.
did the Bigfoot also tell you that himself that we're going to see other different beings in 2025, 2026, or how did you know that?
So the 2025 six, yeah. So like he said that, and I also talked to different chiefs. I'm really close to the great grandson of Sitting Bull on the
Really?
Lakota tribe. Yeah,
Lakota?
yeah,
So tell us about that. So you're close to the great you say grandson
yeah,
of Sitting Bull. Interesting. So
yeah. So oh, I think I'm disconnected. Hold on.
now you're here. You're still here.
Let me.
You're not just you're not disconnected. You're still here.
Okay, there we go. So yeah, I there was a fire I was on and hit close to his reservation in the Lakota. This is back in 2013, and
Mm-hmm.
he just happened to be up there at the Pine Ridge, and he was celebrating the Fourth. And my crew came into town, just got some snacks before, like we were going on back to fire camp, and
Right.
then he happened to be there, and I saw him, but I like I don't want to bother him, especially because I was my fire crew. But he actually approached me and he said, hi, I'm so and so. I was like, hi. And then we kind of talked, and then he just kind of mentioned that he already knew, it was Cherokee, and it's spiritual, and he said there is going to be, some major unknown species that are kind of known to some people as mysterious that we'll start
Hmm.
to see unfold in 25 and
Now,
26.
now, did he say what the unknown species were that we're going to see for the first time on Earth? I find this fascinating.
So he actually mentioned Bigfoot, and then he mentioned the fairies,
The fairies, yes.
leprechauns.
Leprechauns.
Yeah, and then he also mentioned the changes in the different species from different planets, like the Greys, and
But they already know that the Zeta, which are called the Greys, are being prohibited from being on Earth because of what they did with the abductions of humans for the last 70 years.
yeah, yeah.
I
But
mean,
they
they've
actually
already been
still
here.
like hold like in actual gray, couple grays over here, like 51 still.
Oh yeah, no, they do that. I mean, that's including Wright-Patterson Air Force Base as well. There's multi-level facilities there where that just graze, but others are being held in captivity at that Wright-Patterson Air Force Base in lower levels of the base underground.
Yeah, and yeah, there's like Area 51, and then S2, then S4.
Oh yeah, a couple places. Yeah, they got them spread out all over the place. But a lot of that, when contact happens, is going to be stopped. A lot of that stuff, Area 51, all these other things that have been covered up are going to be exposed when first contact happens. I know for sure with the Astro Command, when contact happens, all these secrets are going to be gone. They're not going to be allowed to be like that anymore because our planet's going to go through a major shift, which is not living the way we do now and living in a much more harmonious relationship with the Creator.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, in fact, don't know if you ever gone, but if you ever get a chance, go to the Little Alien Inn in Rachel, Nevada. That's a real great place to stop by.
Oh, really? I've seen documentaries about it. I've never been there, but I'm sure if I ever got there, I'd probably stop in to check it out.
Yeah, there's a
Well, Ben,
great.
go ahead.
Oh, oh, sorry. Yeah, I was gonna mention. Yeah, there's a great manager named Connie, and she knows me because way back in the late '80s, early '90s, me and Art Bell used to go there sometimes, and then we had
So,
conversations, about
so
it
you
and
used to go
people.
with Art. You knew Art Bell when he was alive and went
Art
with him.
Bell.
Yeah, I mean, I was on Art Bell's show many years ago when he was in the
Oh wow.
desert. And
Okay.
so, now, how did you meet Art Bell?
So it just like happened to be in the desert one time out in Vegas, and Art was doing his show in Vegas one time over at the Sands, and this is like before they tore it down. And so then, we just happened to go and see it. And then, I just happened to talk to him as a kid. And, he was really interested in my stories, about like the universe and the galaxies.
Hmm.
And so he got my number. And then, he called me one time out of blue to put me on a show one time. And I was like probably 13 or so.
Oh,
And
wow,
he's like, hey,
interesting.
yeah, he's like, hey, let's go meet it over at Rachel, Nevada. So with a couple of friends that were kind of older and could drive, we went there to Rachel and like hanged out with Art Bell.
Oh, wow. Now, when you were at Rachel, Nevada with Art Bell, did you go anywhere besides hanging out at Rachel, Nevada, or did you go to what did you want to do?
So he kind of like showed us the backside of the gate into Area 51, and it's toward the west side on top of like a hill. And he also mentioned about the connection between I think it's some like belt up in the sky and like Area 51.
Wow.
Um,
Now, did he take the group and try to attempt to go into Area 51, or was he just showing you the back gate?
yeah, yeah, no, like he just kind of showed us like the back gate area.
Interesting. Interesting. Well, it's great that you know Art Bell. I mean, like I said, years ago, I was on his show talking about the Ashtar Command back in I think the early '90s or late '80s, somewhere in that area.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah, he was very
that's great.
interesting. Yeah,
Yeah,
so it's interesting we come through the same channels in that respect with Art Bell. But you could probably knew him better than I did. I only was on the show maybe once.
yeah. He was very fascinated person. And then my second story really fast is about my UFO experience.
Yeah, what
And
about
so
that? Let's hear that story.
so this was in 2009, and I was working security during the economic crash. And I worked overnight, and I was working down in Anaheim City Hall, and it was about 1:30 a.m. And we just walk around the building, and so then I kind of was on top of the parking structure, and as I was going down, there was this really kind of weird throbbing noise like in the sky. It was kind of toward the northeast part of the sky, just
Hmm.
pretty much over like Fullerton area,
Wow.
but pretty close. It probably was only like a half mile out, and it was low. It was probably like start to hover around, I would say like 500 feet,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That is
and
really low,
and
500 feet. Thank you for the roses. Go ahead.
yeah, and this like thing was just kind of like circling around, and it had three red lights on it. It was like one in the right, in the center, and then two light the left.
Hmm.
And it, it wasn't scary or anything, but it was really loud, and it had like a huge vibrating sound. And even at the time, there were some people that were up at that time of night, and they called into the police, and they like saw it, and they took pictures. And as soon as the police started taking pictures, they just left.
Wow. That's crazy. You know?
Yeah.
Interesting. So you have some interesting stuff, Ben. The Bigfoot thing. Keep us in tune with the Bigfoot. If you when you have more contacts with the Bigfoot, you can even let the Bigfoot know that we do a show here, and if the Bigfoot wants to share more information from you, we'd love to hear it. Very interesting.
Okay, great.
I'm
Thank
glad
you
you
very
came
much.
on. Oh man,
Thanks for having me
I'm
on.
so yeah, definitely. Thank you for being here. Everyone, give Ben a round of applause. Contact with Bigfoot, and he's having it. I think that's phenomenal. An intelligent conversation with Bigfoot, that is phenomenal. I've never heard. I know that April's having communications intelligently with the Bigfoots in Vermont, where she is in the mountains. So it's good to hear someone else is actually having that kind of response and interact. You always thought watch the documentaries on TV about Bigfoot, they're always so misrepresentational of the Bigfoot. It's always like they're knocking, they're doing this. The TV documentaries make them look like monsters,
They're very
and they're
scary.
actually, and in fact, they're the opposite, right? They're very gentle and
Yeah.
very intelligent. You see,
Yeah, very
so
smart.
our
Yeah.
media really does an injustice to the Bigfoot, and they shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah. Cause like and just any species, they have to have like a defensive mode, but I think if you let them know, like, you're not gonna harm them, you just want to try to talk to them and communicate, then they'll be like open.
Yeah, I agree. All right, Ben. Thank you so much, man, for being here.
Thank
And
you.
and this show is being recorded, so it will be on my YouTube channel by tomorrow. And everyone, give it a round of applause for Ben. Ben, thank you very much. Let me bring it
Thank
down
you very
here.
much.
And let's see here. We shall be right back after this little break. You're watching Encounters, the late night spiritual UFO talk show, where you can tell your story right here all over the world on Encounters, the number one spiritual UFO talk show on social media. Okay, let's see what we're going to have next. And also, just to let you know, this is Encounters, the late night spiritual UFO talk show, the #1 talk show on social media. Please, gifting is really important to me. I don't mention it enough. Your gifting helps me and support what I do here. I have a Venmo account on my main profile page. There's a link to it. You can donate my Venmo, which is like PayPal. PayPal owns Venmo. Thank you, Alco, for the roses. So we appreciate all your gifts. Like I said, it takes a lot of time to do this. I'm usually on here some mornings. I'm on here always on the nighttime, and I usually sometimes need to take a break once in a while. Maybe 1 or 2 nights. I'll take a break off from doing the show. It's just to regenerate my energy. So, Michelle, thank you. I used to watch your show in couches years ago. Okay, interesting. Well, welcome here. So what I'd like to do is we love interviewing people all over the world. We know people are having, as Ben did, he's having intelligent communications with the Bigfoot. He shared his sighting. I also know that there are people here having direct contact with space people. I know you're out there. I know many of you are watching the show. You'll watch it for a while or maybe a few weeks before you feel comfortable about talking about your experience. Love above all. Good to see you. So I know I'd like to hear from people that are having those encounters. Are you having visitations? Oh, yeah. If you're having visitations, I want to know about it. My audience wants to know about it. I want to know about it. Are you being visited by space people? I'm sure some of you aren't, and the ones that aren't, you eventually will get there. The ones that are being visited or have been taken on spaceships, anybody out there having physical contact? We want to hear your story right here in Encounters. As I'm drinking lemonade tonight. Greta, good to see you. Miss JDBLU, welcome. Stan, welcome to the show. April Wilson, welcome. Jordan Bell, a lemonade, thank you. We will get apple cider again probably tomorrow. We ran out of the apple cider, but we do have some good lemonade, freshly made. And we're at about 41,000. We want to get to 100,000 likes before 1 a.m. in the morning on Encounters. I am CmdrAleon, your host, contactee, radio talk show host, and eventually going off planet on a spaceship in a couple months. Did I just say going off planet on a spaceship in a couple months? Yes. In a few months, we'll be going on a spaceship wearing a spacesuit. I don't know what the spacesuit looks like, but I'll be wearing it. I'll be off planet on a spaceship. And you think I'm kidding you. It's true. David, it will be physical. I'm going to be physically going on a spaceship in a few months. I just don't know when yet, but when it happens, they'll be here and they'll take me on the ship right through the wall. I'm going to go right through the wall. The wall's going to open up. The ship is going to be on the other side of the wall, and I'm going to go in on it. Yep. I can't wait. I can wait because I have to wait, but I can't wait to go on the ship. So it's going to be completely physical. I know some people say, how are you going to go on the ship? I'm not going to be going through astral plane. I'm going to be going physically. I don't know if I got your email. If you did send me an email, I'll have to double check. Because I've been looking for emails from people that watch the show here, and I'm not sure I got it. You might want to send it again, maybe. I'll have to take a look. Scooter says, have pictures and video. I'm very excited. I can't wait. I won't be able to do video on the ship. It's just a different vibrational pattern. I don't think the cameras will work on the spaceship. Thank you, Lavola. Thank you. I can go. My understanding is from April that we can record outside of the ship, but there's no way our technology is going to work in the ship. It won't work at all. So I won't be able to record anything in the ship. The outside of the ship will be able to record, but not the inside of the ship. For whatever reason, it's not going to work. Believe me, if it were going to work and I was able to record inside the ship, I would show you the inside of the ship, but it won't work. Our technology won't work in the ship. Hetty, thank you. We'll be coming back when this happens. We might be gone for an hour at a time, and then we'll be coming back. So an hour off planet Earth could be a whole month in space. A whole month in space. Oh, Zoe, an angelic being. Okay, so we'll have you. Where's Zoe? We'll bring Zoe up there. Oh, there's Zoe. I love that. She had encounters with an angelic being. And Zoe, we're going to bring you up next. Our second guest. Thank you for pinning her comment. And while we're waiting for Zoe to come up here, yes, like I said, there's two things I'll be doing. I'll be going up with a group of 5 other people. Also, another thing I'll be doing, if it's still in the works and still happens, is that I'm supposed to go off planet when time comes, specifically to speak to the people of Earth. So, for those people who are wondering what's happening here, there's a group of 5, and the council, there's a council on the spaceship of the Ashtar Command, an actual council, a real council of people. The council oversees everything in the Ashtar Command. It's a council. So the council, over a month ago, decided that I would be a great representation to speak before the people of Earth. Now, people are saying, well, how technically will that happen? I'm going to explain for new people what's going on here. And Zoe, I definitely want to get you up on the show. So please press the guest icon and we'll get you on there. Maybe, Jessica, that might be possible. But the other most important thing is, and I'll be prepped for this when it happens, that when they take me on the ship for this specific purpose of the broadcast, because my background is broadcasting. If you didn't already know, I do radio, I've done TV, of course I do social media. My background's in broadcasting. When I was off planet, I did intergalactic communications for the command. So I was intergalactically, it's not like TikTok and stuff like that. We intergalactically use communications between the different levels of the Ashtar Command throughout the multiverse. I was in charge and in command of all our communications before coming to Earth. I'm very, very, I love communications. I love, this kind of thing. I adapted to Earth-based communications like social media. So what we're going to do, you tried to join, it didn't work. Let's see here. I just pressed the guest button there. Let's see what happens. And if you don't, you need to press the icon, though. Press the icon, multi-guest option, and we'll put you on here. It should work. I don't know why it wouldn't be working. Oh, there you are. You got to be there. Is it Zoe? No, it's not Zoe. We want Zoe up here. Let's see, Zoe, where are you? Let's see if we get Zoe up here. No, we still don't see Zoe. We have to get Zoe up here. We have all these people coming in here that want to be guests. We're trying to get Zoe, who had the angelic encounter. No, I haven't. My battery charging is not good. I got to bring it up. Good thing I realized that. Oh, she is private? No, she's public. Everybody but Zoe is here. Zoe, where are you? We will get her up there. Now I'm determined. I met Betty Hill back in the 90s. Miracle Magic, see my comment. I wanted to thank you and recommend for helping me a few weeks ago. Oh yeah, Miracle Magic, good to see you. Yes, I do see your comment. I saw Betty Hill. I tried to do a TV interview with her. Oh, great, Miracle. You're truly blessed. I'm so grateful that you're not having any more problems. And I'm still trying to get Zoe up here. It figures when I want to bring someone up like Zoe, I can't find to get them up here. Let's see. Let me see if I can do this. I'm going to go backwards. Zoe, I see you here. I have a guest button here. I'm going to press it. Maybe I didn't press it hard enough. If you see something pop up, respond to my request to have you on live. Just press the accept button. Or Zoe, go to the multi-icon button. The multi-icon button. Zoe. Z-O-E. Zoe. Zoe's out there somewhere. We're trying to get her on the program. But I'll tell you, when contact happens, when I go on the ship, I was kind of getting into the story a bit. When they take me on the ship for the broadcast, there'll be 4 other Ashtar Command people that will be behind me. They're selecting those people. Okay. When that happens, we will evidently somehow broadcast throughout every part of the planet, on every TV station, on every cable channel. Tahar, hello. But through every TV channel throughout the planet, we'll be broadcasting to all those areas. I was mad because I had to re-follow today, Commander. First time it ever happened. Oh, you're on to contact and they don't. Interesting, Light and Jess. That's weird. Bring up Justa Tucker, please. Bring up Justa Tucker, please. Moderator, let's see here. I've seen some odd stuff in New Hampshire. I'm convinced. I think Scooter might be a guest coming on here in a minute. Let's see here, Scooter. I still want to get Zoe up here. Scooter, you have to. I'd bring you up there, but you need to get over 50 people, and your account's on private. Tar. Yeah. Hey, Brenna. Thank you for that. T-Shay. T-Shay, we're going to bring you up. I hope it works. Please let her come up. 3 days ago, I had an encounter. T-Shay. Dr. S, thank you. T-Shay is on the show. We're going to talk to T-Shay here on Encounters. I'm excited. Hey, T-Shay, how are you?
Hey, I don't know if this is working. I'm good. How are you doing?
We're doing well. We're glad to have you on the show here. And whereabouts are you located?
Okay, so I am located southeast of Nashville.
Okay. Can you bring your camera on live? You have enough followers to go live on camera. Are you able to do that?
Do I have to? I'm kind of laying in bed right now, but I will.
Oh, we don't want to get any problems going here. You're fine. If you were laying in bed, I'm not gonna push it. I thought maybe you were sitting in a chair, reading a book or something. I'm just kidding.
No, I'm actually a mom of 3, so I'm tired. I just happened to be scrolling because 3 days ago, I'm sure you can go onto my page and see I have a video. And when I say encounter, I wasn't on a ship, so I don't know exactly. I'm new here. However,
Well, that's fine.
Okay. So I will say I do. This is going to sound crazy, but I have spirit guides, and one of them is Syrian, and so I've never actually seen physical proof other than in my meditations, and so I was out 3 days ago, the night before the full moon in Aquarius, and I was just, was like, I know they're here, and I just looked up. and what I saw was what I believe it wasn't a drone, it wasn't a star, it wasn't a moon, obviously wasn't the moon. It wasn't a planet, and it wasn't a Starlink. And it was this.
You can say it. A spaceship, maybe.
Yes. Okay. So it's just I'm in the South where it sounds I would be called crazy.
No, you're not crazy. And you're on the most popular UFO talk show on social media, and every time I hear people say, people are gonna think I'm crazy. I said, stop thinking that. We're the majority. The crazy one, the ones that think we were crazy 30 years ago, are now a minute little minority of people. 80% of the public believes in all this stuff, so you're not crazy anymore. So don't even think that. Throw that word out of your mind. I believe you. Go ahead, continue.
Okay. Well, thank you. So what I looked up and I saw was this massive ball, and almost and it was a light that was so bright it almost hurt to look at. And it was just hovering. It wasn't moving. And I know that we have aircrafts that do hover in the military. I actually sent this footage over to my sister-in-law that actually works on aircrafts in the military. And she said that is not anything that I have seen before. And it's kind of, when I saw it, I knew it wasn't anything of Earth origin. And it was just, again, to somebody that might not even think about this stuff, it would sound out there, but to me, I just knew that's not anything I've ever seen before. And then it just disappeared right in front of my eyes. And I thought,
did it have any kind of color to it? Some of these spaceships have when they have vibrational patterns of change, their colors change on the outside of the craft.
almost like an iridescent. Sorry, oh, didn't get down, buddy. Sorry, my dog just tried to jump up on my bed.
Okay.
It was like an iridescent, almost like I don't know how to describe it.
Iridescent. That's all right. You're describing it. You can only
Iridescent
describe
and just extremely bright, not yellow. So when I say iridescent, it was almost like a rainbow of colors.
Oh wow.
But mainly just so bright and iridescent. Like I said, you can go and look at I do have a video of it that I put up because I just thought, I don't know. It was just so bright, and I was just thinking in my head, is this really happening? And then I was like, this is happening. Okay, there it is. And then it just left. And I was like, well, that's.
Now, let me ask you a question. I believe that ship you saw is connected to your off-planet contacts. So which space society are you connected with?
Okay, so I believe I'm connected to two. One that I have it's a girl, and she's blue, and I believe she's Syrian.
Syrian.
Yes. And then one that's Arcturian. I think I'm saying it right. The reason I know this is because she keeps showing me three fingers. Yeah, someone just said rainbow dancing within the white light. That's exactly what it was.
Interesting.
But no one has really talked to me about aliens growing up. Again, I'm from the deep South.
Right.
This is just something that from a child I was again, sounds absurd, but visited as a kid, and I just kind of knew some of this stuff. And anyway, so as an adult, finally I started meditating and just trying to connect with what I remember as a little girl. And the more I'm connecting with them, the more I'm actually seeing physical evidence of them in the sky. And finally I got something on video to say, okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
So how would you like to have physical contact with both the Arcturians and the Syrians?
I mean, again, I think kind of like, to me, time isn't linear. I think I have had, in a way, contact with them.
How would you like to have physical contact with them? You're just new to the show. You're going to learn a few things about me. I'm a contactee too. I've had contact in the 60s. Back then, we didn't have TikTok and all this stuff. We had 4 TV channels, and that was it. And then it was like record players. But But I had my first contact in it as a kid with space people out looking out my brother's window in light blue spacesuits, and their children were like teenagers, like I would say, and they're about seven. The adults were 7 to 8 feet tall, and they were in a ship, and they were telepathic. So you're not alone. I mean, I was an early contactee when it happened to me.
Okay, so what it seemed like to me, it was when I was a little girl and in my dreams, but I wasn't dreaming. I was there. I was looking at my body and I was there. And when I say physical, it wasn't as physical as it is on this 3D plane. But it's almost as if I wanted it. I almost want it to happen again as an adult. So it's not as faded because I had this experience as a little girl, and then the older I became, right? You kind of push it out of your mind and go on with your life. And when I say physical, it's almost as if I want it to happen. I'm like, do I? I don't know. That's
Right. Well, you know what? If you have it physically happen, the beautiful thing is when I've helped people on this level, this is all new to me. What I'm doing, I can help you clear your consciousness to have physical contact with the space people, your space people that you're connected with. And I would love to do that with you. And it's all positive because you're connected. You have a very high vibrational pattern. So I know for a fact if we do this, and I know you're new to the show, and you're saying, should I let him do this? I'm not really doing much of anything other than activating you to the point of communicating telepathically with the space people really clearly and talking to them. And you'll work that out with them in terms of the physical contact. But you're ready for the physical contact. You've seen the spaceships, and they're on the spaceships. Now it's a matter of facilitating the contact. You see what I mean?
absolutely. It's so crazy because I kind of went through a spiritual, when I say kind of, I went through a spiritual awakening probably 6 months ago. And within 6 months, it's almost as if these ideas and things were happening in my reality very quickly, as if I was remembering something and I started remembering things from a different life, not from here. And it just happened so quickly. Anyway, I just saw somebody with a Georgia thing that said, I think it's Tim, said, I think it said, go look at our video. I don't know if he's talking.
Yeah. You might be. I think you might be.
But yes, I'm like, I'm a little nervous. I'm like, okay, this is so, when I say it's new to me, I believe it's not new to me, but it's
Right.
recently kind of coming back up. And I know that they're there, and I would love for them to.
Well, the reason why you're seeing the ship is because they want you to contact them. When I was listening to your story about the ship, I said I read people's energies when they tell stories here. A lot of my regular viewers will tell you that. I read into the energies of stories. And I think, I can help you in 2 seconds. Well, not 2 seconds, but within 5 minutes, you'll not be nervous anymore. And I definitely think by the time we get done doing what I was going to do, you're going to be very confident in yourself, and you'll be able to contact them physically. They're very beautiful. If you do contact them, they're about over 7 feet tall.
Oh, okay. I will say in my meditations, when I do see one of my spirit guides, which is of not of this earth, she is almost of a mother energy and very beautiful, and she's tapped on my,
Yes.
and she made me cry. I mean, it just was nothing but loving. And
Yes.
so if it's like that, and I do
Yeah.
believe I'm ready, I hope they know to be,
Yeah.
it's
So
very,
would you like me to do something special and gift you with a gift from my end of it? I do this remotely from here. And it'll be my gift to you from the Ashtar Command, which is where I come from. And the Actorians and the Syrians are part of the Ashtar Command. They are part of the galactic grouping of spiritual planetary systems of light. So I'd love to give you a gift freely, and it's up to you.
sure. I mean, hold on. Yes, I would love that if that's what
Yes.
you would be okay with and you would be okay with.
Yes, I'm okay with it as long as the thing is you have to be okay with it before I'm okay with it.
I'm okay with
If
it.
you're okay with it, then I'm okay too. You're okay and I'm okay. It sounds like we're writing a book here, but that's good.
Okay, I'm okay. I don't believe that they would show me their ship if they didn't believe I was ready. So
So we're going to do something beautiful here. I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to let go of all your thoughts in your mind. And we're going to facilitate this. Just for anybody knows, I've been like, it's almost like this abstract man wants to take me out, like in my consciousness right now. So I'm still here. It's just that I'm getting downloads and stuff, and this happens every once in a while. So it's all good. I'm still here with you. And we are definitely here. So we're going to facilitate this. I'm going to switch my consciousness to the abstract man consciousness right now. And I'm going to close my eyes, which I'm going to do. And as you close your eyes, I want you to take some deep breaths in and breathe out, breathe in and breathe out of your nostril about 3 or 4 times, or as many times as you feel like doing it. And we're going to help you. We're going to amp up your consciousness so you can communicate and make the word is I'm getting, so you can have contact.
Okay.
So here we go. Close your eyes, take some deep breaths in, deep breaths out of the nostril. Give me a moment, please. I'm going to put my hand above where I believe your head is. I'm doing this remotely from here. Give me a moment. Tell me when you start feeling some warmth. There should be some, I feel heat energy coming from my palm. I'm transmitting energy to you. That's going to help open your conscious thoughts to the space people you're connected with.
oh, I feel warmth in my arms. I don't know if that's normal.
Yes, yes. I'm going to do some work on the upper part of your head. I'm going to do a spinning motion. And in a minute, you should feel something like a vibration, like energy going in and out, in and out.
Okay.
Close your mind. Just focus on the inner part of who you are. You should be feeling some energy going through.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to work on your forehead area of your consciousness.
Okay.
So now my hand's going in the front of your face, above your eyes, and I'm working on that end of consciousness. And I'm readjusting the cellular structure and alignment within the frequency. Okay, you can open your eyes. That was a little bit of work. It was pleasant to do.
Sorry.
I think you're all set now. We had a little bit of work to readjust and align some stuff in your consciousness level. But now I think you'll be able to communicate with them directly.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. Is it normal to
And
kind of feel lightheaded?
yes, it is. It's almost feel a little bit lightheaded. You didn't feel that way before I started, right?
No, sir.
Yeah, we aligned your consciousness to a much higher vibrational frequency pattern, and you'll be able to communicate with the Arcturians and the woman. You'll be able to communicate with her starting tonight. If you call out to her in your inner consciousness, you can communicate with her, and you and her can decide when you want to have physical contact. She'll go by your judgment, and she will meet you at your level of what's the word that I'm trying to get here? She'll meet you at wherever you feel comfortable.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you so much for even having me on here and even listening and working on my energy. And thank you. I really appreciate it.
And you can also ask her name. If you don't know specifically her space name, ask her tonight what her name is, and she will hear you loud and clear in her consciousness.
Okay, awesome. I just know her energy, and it's a beautiful energy. So
Yes.
well,
you can now you can ask her for her name. You can tell her your name, and you can share names with each other, and you can now facilitate communications with each other.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much for even listening and bringing me on here.
Oh, I'm glad you found my show. You're going to love the show. There's a lot of good people here that watch the show from all over the world. You're not going to be lonely anymore. There's a lot of good people here. You might even make some friends personally with people here, but I have a great audience here from all over the planet, and I welcome you here. I thank you.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
All right, Tisha, thank you for being here, and I appreciate you giving me a chance to remotely work with you. And the commander has been gifted by my father the ability to do a number of things now, one of which is helping a person evidently have communications with their space family. So I'm happy to do that, We're a little bit after midnight here, and my energy level is good. It's just that I feel like I'm being taken off planet, and I'm trying not to be taken off planet. Some nights the commander is like really, really amped up. I am amped up, but I'm also feeling like I'm being drawn out, but I'm still here. Like I'm here and I'm there. It's kind of weird. Norma, I think it's Norm something, Norm Mani. I never meet anyone. How would I do that? My family is very divided. Oh, thank you for the coffee magic. Hello. I can use some coffee right now, actually, but then I wouldn't be falling asleep. Are you receiving messages? Am I receiving messages? I'm getting downloads right now. That's why this is happening to me. Some nights I'm like really there, but I'm here on here and I'm also getting information. So sometimes I'm closing my eyes during the show and I'm receiving pictures and I'm seeing images and I'm getting information. Right now I'm getting information. I can see the pictures beyond Earth, but I'm just getting downloads. I see no messages right now either. Interesting, Karen. And I think we have someone else who wants to come up here. Let's see who we have. Slay with Basella. Slay with Basella. This is Encounters No One Spiritual UFO Talk Show. Slay with Basella. Welcome to our show. Good evening or good morning.
Hi, grand evening. How are you?
We're doing well. And yourself? Where are you located?
I'm in Texas right now.
Oh, great. And are you over 18?
Yes, I'm 28.
Oh, great. 20. I think you're over 18. So tell us your background and tell us what you want to bring to Encounters tonight with our audience all over the world.
Okay. I've been watching you for I think since last year now. And
wow, that's a long time.
Yeah. I've kind of been nervous to come up and tell my story, but I've gotten guided to do it tonight. So
Okay.
I had an encounter, I want to say back in December. It was around my birthday. My birthday is December 19th. Before I had this encounter, though, I had a dream about it, and the person that I encountered in my dream, it was me. But fast forward, my encounter, I was taken on this huge ship. I felt like it was a mothership, and it made me feel like I was at home. And I felt at peace and I felt at home and that I belonged there. And on the ship, everything was a pearl white with a iridescent kind of pinkish trim. And
Yeah.
I met a woman, and she was really tall. She was very tall, and she was really beautiful. She looked like me, but like it was like a she looked like a different version of me, I would say. And
Did you see
her face,
was she taller than you were?
yes, way taller. I want to say, I would probably
Well, she
like,
how about if I told you she kind of is you, but usually you in your space body would be in stasis, but maybe she resembled you. But go ahead.
oh, okay. Yeah, so she had like on this beautiful white it almost kind of looked like a space suit, but it was like a gown. And it was like a pearl white, and it had like pink trimming. And her
Oh
face,
wow.
I'm not sure if it was like a mask she had on or if it was a part of her face, but her face, like around her eyes, it kind of looked like butterfly wings.
Oh
And
wow. Interesting.
she was talking to me, and we were at the front of the ship, and we were looking down at Earth, and I just remember crying and like telling her I don't want to go back to Earth, like can I just stay here with her, like why would she send me back to Earth, I don't want to be there. And she's just started telling me like you have to go back to her, you have a mission that you have to complete down there, and you have this you have to do, you can't just abort your mission, and this is what you were made for, and like just basically stuff like that. And I felt like I was at home, like if I belonged there. So I always tell when I have told the story, I always say that I went back home because that's what it felt like. It felt like if I was home. And when we were looking out the huge window of the spaceship, I was able to pinpoint like my physical body where I was
Really?
directly on Earth, like if I was seeing myself on a TV.
Yeah.
So I
And
mean,
when you were in the ship, were there other people in the ship or just this person?
it was just me and her where we were at. But it was a huge ship. Like it was very huge. And I think we were probably inside the commander area, like where the main
Hmm.
functions are, because we were like at the front of the ship, and there was just it was like the whole front of the ship was just a huge window, like a rectangle, a huge
Wow.
window.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting. Interesting. Very interesting. So, when you had that experience, did you ever have it? Would you have it more than once or only that one time?
Only that one time.
Hmm. And how long
Yeah.
would you say you were on the ship when you were on the ship with the woman?
Um I want to say like because I it was during a meditation, but I really felt like if I was there physically, like I don't feel like I was in a meditation, that was just my consciousness, like I felt like my whole actual body was there. So I would say like when I was actually there, it felt like if it was only probably like 10 minutes, but in like real
Hmm.
life, like when I came back to my body, it felt like if it was hours.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when you're off planet, there's no time. When my friend April goes off planet from Vermont, it feels like she's been away for 2 months. Then she comes back in an hour and a half on Earth. You love you if you've heard April, you love her when she goes live, and the space people get together with her and they do a dance party. But there's a lot going on. But that's exactly right. So when you're off planet, there is no time. When you're in that ship with that woman, she operates out of beyond time. There is no time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I've
interesting.
been trying, I've been like ever since I've had that, and then even when I came back, like I felt like if I had like I want to say like either an ego death or like a shed of my old self. Like literally when I came back, I cried like for 4 days straight. I could not stop crying. Like there was just like I don't know what it was. Like I was just so emotional, and it wasn't even that I was sad or anything. It was just tears would just come down. And like when I came back to Earth, it was like I like my whole life flashed in front of my face, and it was like everything just clicked and made sense, and tears just started running down my eyes. And like for 4 days, I was just crying.
That's great. That's amazing. So how long did you think you were off planet when you were on the ship? Do you know? Any precise,
Um, I
timing? Like
want
when you came back off the ship, Earth time, what time was it when you came back?
It was like, I want to say like 40 minutes,
Wow.
and Earth time 40 minutes.
Yeah. But off planet, it was a lot longer, right?
Yes, it felt like it was hours.
Yeah. No, I believe it. Probably weeks.
Yeah.
I would think even weeks. Well, that's an amazing story. And you truly are blessed because you had that contact. And that was a positive, direct encounter. We call that a contactee experience. That's the
Oh,
term used
okay.
for so you can say now you're one of those people that had a contactee experience where you actually met this person, the space person, and that's interesting.
Yeah, because at first I was kind of frightened, but then it was like
Hmm.
once I got in her presence, I just felt at peace and like I was at home.
Wow. Well, yeah, you felt home because that's where home is. This is
Yeah.
just a place where you're experiencing life as a human being. You have a connection to this woman because you probably have a connection to the civilization in which she comes from.
Yeah.
You know what I
And
mean?
I've been not directly like trying to contact with her again. I'm not sure why, but I have like been trying to like figure out if I can like figure out her name or anything. And the names that have come to me, I've heard of Aluna or Luna, those type of names, but I'm not really sure.
Mhm. Yeah, there's all kinds of names out there for the space people. Like for example, you mentioned Luna. My mother off planet with the Ashtar Command, her name is Luna. My father's name is
Mhm.
Robar. I have a sister named Tur. I have another sister and a brother. They're on a spaceship.
Oh wow. That's
So you probably
amazing.
have a connection to this woman. And I always say that I really believe you probably have a connection to this woman, but also probably a connection to the planetary world in which she comes from.
Yeah.
How do you feel about
Wow.
that? Do you think there's a connection? Do you feel you're connected to that group?
I definitely feel it because that's exactly how I felt when I was in her presence. I felt like I was at home and I didn't want to come back to Earth. Like
No,
I
no,
was
but why
asking her,
would you?
why did she want to send me back?
Because you have to complete your mission. We all have a mission here. We all have different missions. So you have to complete a mission in order, when you fulfill the mission, then you have a choice of either going back home into your Merkaba state, not a Merkaba state, excuse me, into your body that's in a stasis mode on a spaceship.
Oh,
You have the
okay.
ability to make that decision, and you also have the ability to make that choice, which is good. You know.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Well, Scott Slay, it's good to have you with us. I mean, if you ever go, I want you to look at it this way: you have the ability to communicate with her. Utilize that gift that you've been given, which is called consciousness, and communicate with her. Start out fresh and see where you are with her. Find out where she's from. Find out if there's going to be another encounter again. I think there will be.
Okay.
If you
Thank
want,
you.
if you want it to happen, I think there will be, definitely, without a question.
Yes. I would definitely love to encounter again.
All right, we'll make it happen. You can do it.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate you listening to my story.
I loved your story, Slay. And now you're now a friend of the show. We're going to do this. We'll be right back after these little mini breaks here. And welcome for those just coming in. You're watching Encounters, the late night show here. Slay was our guest. She was phenomenal. We've done some really interesting guests tonight that are having positive things happen. So it's not just always about the abductions, but also about the beautiful things people are having go on. It's about almost 12:30 in the morning. So we're going to call it a night here tonight. And let's see. Michael says, "Hey, I heard UFOs ain't from outer space, but from inner Earth." Well, actually, they're both from the spaceships are both from inner Earth, which is the Garther network, and also from many planetary systems in outer space. So they're from both the Garther network, which is the inner Earth cities, very advanced cities of light, and they're also from outer space. Let's see here. And let's see. Should we get one more interview in here? Let me think about this. The train is coming by. So we can do one short interview. If there's another person that's been having contact. Hey, Ashley, good to see you. Let's see here. I'm going to bring Ashley up here for a minute. Oh, I can't bring it. Ashley will have to accept my guest request. Well, I can't do a guest request with Ashley, but she can go on my multi-guest option. And Ashley's been working diligently on a photo of my father from outer space. And I think she just redid a new picture that shows my father on this from the spaceship in a much clearer picture. Let's see here. No fake lives, talk free, laugh. Did they probe you in the... No, we don't. None of that stuff's getting in here. Forget the probing thing, laugh. We'll do one more interview. I know there's a... Oh, you're driving. Okay. Michael says, I've seen a total of 5 UFOs throughout my life. Thank you. Tar. Moon Monster. Okay, let me see here. My cousin made a movie called Cat from Space. Interesting. ESH, yes. Full disclosure, not in 2032. We're talking about 2025, 2026. It's going to be happening a lot sooner than 2032. Yeah, the commander is definitely being taken out a little bit here, folks. I think I'm going to call it a night. I want to thank everyone for being here. I love you all. We'll be on tomorrow night. We're going to have Saturday night, our Astro Command Contact Night, with April and myself. So stay tuned for that Saturday night. And we're just going to go and get some rest here and call everybody. Commander's going to take a little bit of a break. I think it's a good thing. I appreciate you, everybody. We love all the people here. Jordan Bell, welcome. Thank you for the gifts, everybody. Everybody have a good night. Sonia and all the new people, all the people that were guests. This show will be on my YouTube channel, Astro Command Spaceship News. So take care, everybody. Be blessed. You've been watching Encounters, a show that's out of this world. Thank you so much.